Well, I've been putting this video off for a while, so I think it's finally time to talk about Jammer Lammy. But what is Jammer Lammy? Well, Jammer Lammy is a rhythm game developed by Nana Onsha and released on the Sony PlayStation in 1999. Now, this game is a sequel/spin-off to the game Parappa the Rapper, and this game basically has the exact same gameplay as that game. Push the buttons in time with the beat! Because, you know, it's a rhythm game. That's what you do in rhythm games. Now that we've talked about the gameplay, let's take a look at the story. So you play as Lammy, a member of the band Milk Can. And the game starts with Lammy rushing off to her concert because she's late. After arriving to her concert, discovers that the band has a new vocalist. But who is this new vocalist? Well, it's none other than the Onion Man. Chop Chop Master Onion from Parappa the Rapper. However, this first level has two important meanings. Of course, it teaches you how to play the game, and the fact that you push the buttons to learn in this level. But the lyrics of the song foreshadow the entire events of this game. So, I think that is pretty cool. Overall, this song is pretty boring to play to. I mean, it's basically just your standard tutorial song, and, you know, things will pick up a lot more after this song. And they do, because it turns out that that entire level was a dream. But before the dream is over, Chop Chop Master Onion gives some amazing advice, and this is what he says.
Guitar? Listen, I lost my dojo, but the dojo remains in my mind. It even has a casino. Dojo, casino, that's all in my mind. You have nothing to lose.
10 out of 10. So anyway, Lammy realizes that there's only 15 minutes before the concert begins. And she's shocked, because she doesn't want to be late. And so, she rushes down to the concert, but is blocked because there's a fire! So what happens when there's a fire? Well, the firefighters pick Lammy, someone who isn't trained at firefighting, to go put out the fire! That doesn't make sense at all. So anyway, after Lammy is given the fire hose, she has a sudden spark of confidence because she thinks that, well, the fire hose is a guitar, and when she has her guitar, she's more confident in herself. Yeah, like a fire hose looks anything like a guitar. They do not even look remotely similar. Like a fire hose and a guitar. Really? Anyway, the music for this level is really funky. Like, you know, it's got a lot of that funk. It's cool. I like it. It's a really good opening level. I mean, like, I get it. Despite the first level teaching you how to play the game, it felt a lot more like a tutorial. But this feels a lot more like an opening track. You know, this is the track you use to sell the game, right? I mean, this is what you use to sell the game. Because if you were to sold it with the tutorial level, people would have just thought, oh, this is literally Parappa the Rap, but now it's a girl on a guitar. It's just the exact same game, but now with a girl on a guitar. But this song proves to you that, yeah, it's kind of more of Parappa the Rapper, but it's different as well. So anyway, after this level, the next scene is, well, really weird. Which is why it's time to play Guess the Context! Yup, I'm doing a game show in the middle of an episode. The rules are pretty simple. I will give you an image of something that happens, and 4 different multiple choice answers, and you have to guess which one is the correct context for the image. Are you ready? Here is the image. Oh. So my question is, what happened to Lammy? Is it either A, vor, B, inflation, C, pregnancy, or D, fat? I'll give you 30 seconds to think about it. Okay, time's up. If you guessed A, there's something wrong with you. Please get psychiatric help. If you guessed B, you're really into those inflatable Christmas decorations, or there's something wrong with you mentally. In that case, please get help. If you guessed C, well, you're kind of right, but the correct answer was D. Let's reveal the context for the scene. So, after Lammy stops the fire, she decides to go eat lunch at the pizzeria that was on fire with the fire crew. However, she eats too much, and she realizes she's gotten late to her concert, and so, she runs down the street. And then she walks by a nursery, and people are congratulating her over her having a baby, but she's not pregnant. So eventually they figure out that you aren't pregnant. And then this lady comes out. There are so many problems with her. First of all, what is up with her voice?
Hey, you didn't really have a baby, did you? Oh my, are you in labor?
Does she have smoker's lung? I mean, and what is coming out of her mouth? I mean, what is it, like candy spit? It's weird. So anyway, you gotta put the babies to sleep. With the power of rock! Because, you know, the best way to put a baby to sleep is with heavy guitars. Anyway, this level is a rock and roll song, and it's really fun to play to. First of all, you know, you gotta hit the buttons really fast in rapid succession, so that just brings a lot of adrenaline to you, because, you know, it's like, oh crap, I gotta hit these buttons really fast! And then there's this one part of the song where you have to alternate between 2 of the buttons and hit them really fast, and just... Also, Lammy turns a baby into a guitar, which is incredibly cursed. So anyway, after she's done putting the babies to sleep, Lammy realizes, oh no, she's late for her concert. There's only 8 more minutes left until it begins. So she rushes, like usual, and then she gets sucked into an airplane. An airplane! And then she has to fly the plane to land it. Why is she doing all these things that she's not qualified to do? And then we head on to the next level, which stars this pilot dude, who is apparently, I guess, a war veteran? And he has multiple personality disorder, because whenever he bumps his head, he goes from an angry war general to just a dopey old man. Anyway, this song is a heavy metal song, except it gets a lot more chill when, you know, whenever he goes back to the dopey old man, but it gets a lot more harder when he's the war general. And, you know, that's an interesting dynamic. Bringing up the tempo of the song into the character's personality, I mean, that's a really clever way of doing it. Anyway, after Lammy lands the plane, she is already heading to her concert, just like usual. And then, she forgets her guitar! So, she has to go to a guitar shop and get one made by chopping down a tree! But if she's using an electric guitar, shouldn't it be made out of metal? Apparently I was wrong, they are made of wood. And then you meet this redneck beaver guy. And then the level starts, where you have to chop down a tree. Well, I don't really like this song. It's not really that good, and it's kind of annoying. Just something about the beaver's voice, or maybe like the beat, something's wrong with it. It just doesn't feel right, and you know, it's weird. Anyway, you finish the level, you get your guitar, and you're late, and you have to run. But something really weird happens, which is why it's time for round 2 of Guess the Context. You guys probably already know the rules. I'll give you an image, and you have to guess the context. So here we go. It's time to guess the context. In 3, 2, 1. What is going on in this picture? Is it either A, she goes back onto the plane and falls out of the plane, B, she's skydiving, or C, she gets caught on a door handle and the world is going in reverse? It's time to think of your answer now. Time's up! While A and B make the most sense, they're wrong. The answer is actually C. She gets caught on a door handle and is catapulted in reverse to an island. This happens in the game. And apparently she lands in some camouflage gear. And then you're rushed onto a stage where a band is playing music and their guitarist couldn't come, so you have to be the guitarist. Which, don't you have your own gig? But, yeah, and then you gotta play for him. So anyway, this level, wait, what the heck? Why is my disc scratched? Guess my disc is scratched. I'm gonna have to find another copy of the game in order to play it. But where could I find another copy of the game?